Picture this. It's 3 a.m. on a stretch of Nevada highway so empty you start to wonder if the rest of the world even exists anymore. Your headlights cut maybe 200 feet into the absolute darkness ahead of you. The radio is just static. And then, out of nowhere, you see brake lights ahead of you. Red lights. A truck. You ease off the throttle, slow down, follow it. About 10 miles. And then it just disappears. No exit, no turn off, nothing. Just gone. That story has been told around truck stop diners from Barstow to Bangor, and it is just one of hundreds that drivers who spend their lives on the road have been sharing with each other for decades. Welcome to a world that most people never see. The world of trucking legends and ghost stories from the road. I'm going to take you deep into this tonight, and I promise you, some of what you are about to hear is going to genuinely unsettle you. Because the thing about these stories is that they do not come from people trying to get famous on the internet. They come from experienced, practical, no-nonsense men and women who drive millions of miles and have absolutely no reason to make anything up. Now here is where things get genuinely interesting. Some of these truckers have dash cam footage, not of the thing itself, not always, but of their own reactions, of them grabbing the radio, of their voice changing, of them pulling over and sitting in the cab for 20 minutes before they can keep driving. One driver's dash cam captured audio of him calling his dispatcher at 3:40 in the morning. His voice was completely flat, in that way voices get when fear has moved past panic into something quieter. Let me tell you about one of the most persistent legends in trucking culture. Drivers call it the Phantom Convoy. The story goes like this. Somewhere on long stretches of Interstate 80, usually between Utah and Wyoming, drivers have reported seeing a line of trucks ahead of them running dark. No headlights, no marker lights, just silhouettes of big rigs rolling in formation through the night. Drivers who have tried to catch up to the convoy or radio them have reported that the trucks simply fade into the darkness. Some say they only appear during snowstorms. Some say only on the stretch near the Wyoming border. But the stories align in ways that are difficult to dismiss. Now here is where it gets psychologically interesting. When multiple independent witnesses describe the same phenomenon in the same location without knowing each other, you have to start asking questions. Are they seeing the same thing? Is there a logical explanation? Like light refraction in extreme cold? Or a kind of highway hypnosis that the brain uses to fill empty darkness with shapes? Or is it something else happening out there in those wild, empty miles between cities? Highway hypnosis is actually a real and documented phenomenon. Drivers who have been behind the wheel for hours can enter a trance-like state where the brain goes into a kind of autopilot. Visual hallucinations are a known symptom. But here's what makes trucking stories different from a simple fatigue explanation. Many of the most compelling accounts come from drivers who were fresh, well-rested, not alone. They had a co-driver. Both people saw the same thing. That changes the equation entirely. Let me give you another one. Route 66 has its own mythology, obviously, but truckers specifically talk about a stretch near Amarillo, Texas, where drivers have reported a woman in white dress standing on the shoulder at night. Classic ghost story, right? Except the details are remarkably consistent across drivers who have never met each other. She is always facing away from traffic, she never turns around, and every single driver who has reported seeing her has also reported feeling an overwhelming urge not to slow down or stop, Not fear exactly, more like a deep instinctive warning, something animal and ancient telling them to keep moving. The psychology of that is fascinating. The road creates a very specific mental environment. You are moving through space at a high speed. You are responsible for a machine that weighs tens of thousands of pounds, and your survival instincts are always running in the background. When those instincts fire without an obvious cause, the experience is profound and memorable in a way that a daytime sighting in a grocery store simply would not be. There is also the question of what truckers call road angels. Not sinister at all. These are stories of helpful strangers who appear at exactly the right moment. A driver breaks down in a genuinely dangerous location in the middle of winter. A truck pulls up. A man gets out, helps them fix the problem, gets back in his cab and drives away. Later, when the driver tries to describe the truck or the plates, the details are completely gone from their memory. Some drivers believe these are genuine divine interventions. Others think exhaustion explains the memory gaps. But the emotional weight these drivers carry when they tell these stories is real and undeniable. What all of these stories share is something important about what happens to human consciousness when you remove the noise of ordinary life. Out on the highway at 3 a.m. with nothing but your thoughts and the white lines disappearing under your wheels, the mind opens up to experiences it would normally filter out. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, you cannot deny that the road creates the conditions for something. Veteran drivers will tell you the highway has a personality. It rewards respect and punishes arrogance. It offers genuine moments of strange beauty at 4 a.m. in the desert when you are completely alone and the stars look close enough to touch. And sometimes it shows you things you cannot explain. These legends survive because the people carrying them are not storytellers by trade. They are workers, practical, experienced, grounded people who have spent more time alone in the dark than most of us will in a lifetime. When they tell you something happened out there, something happened. The highway is still out there tonight, and somewhere on it, a driver just saw something they cannot explain. And in a truck stop tomorrow morning, the legend grows. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the strange and mysterious world of trucker legends, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps more people discover these stories. Share this video with someone who loves the true mysteries, ghost stories, or life on the open road. You never know who might have their own unexplained experience to add. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. Because out there on the highway, the legends are still happening. Drive safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.